first.
Thank you. Ken Kreitzer, Cam Vets Media. To start with Carson, we were just talking a little bit about the 17-play drive you had in the second quarter, 10-51, 85 yards, and you got the touchdown. You had a couple of key runs in it. What was it like when you get the running game going so well?
I mean, yeah, it's what Army football is, a 17-play long drive like that. It's what we're known for. It's our culture. And so, like, being able to have a drive like that and really set the tone for what was a dominant first half, I felt like, by us, was really nice.
Thank you. Eric, just ask you about, you had a sack end of the second quarter, forced the punt. Tell us a little bit about that play.
It was a pretty nice play because, the D-line's been working with me in practice, trying to get me better at my pass rushing skills, and it just finally paid off.
And just, we talked a little bit with Caleb Fortner about stopping the opening drive and forcing a punt. Jack Bowson had a big play on that. What was it? What did you do that enabled you to get off to a good start on defense?
We just played together. We just played with a fire. We just went out there with a focus.
Very good. Thank you.
Go to Seth and Sal. Seth, go ahead.
Thank you. Seth Mendelson, Black Knight Nation. Guys, you're 3-3 now after winning the last 2 games. What is this stage for the team? What do you see this helping? How does this help the team going forward as you get into a tough part of the season?
Yeah, I mean, it's momentum, coming on back-to-back wins, you kind of build that confidence back up and just get that momentum to where, you get the middle stretch of the season where, the team's and they're starting to get banged up, bodies start to take a toll. I think that's where we really shine. It's, we just play such a tough, hard-nosed brand of football that I feel like the middle and late season where you really see us thrive.
Yeah, it's definitely momentum. It's nice to be 3-3. It's better than what it could be if we lost. So, that's just better with us.
Do you think the team's starting to come together? Less errors. I think there was only 1 turnover by Army today. Do you see a change in the attitude of the team, the playmaking of the team?
Mm-hmm, definitely. I think, especially in practice more than anything, I think we just coming with a lot more just enthusiasm and just overall just like life during practices. Like at the end of every practice, we're telling guys just just getting hyped, just like that was a great practice, and just each day just trying to have a great practice so that come game day we're able to do what we do.
Thank you.
Go ahead, Sal.
Eric, there seems like now there's an expectation for the defense to kind of shut teams down and get the offense the ball. Almost 3 games now you guys have done that. Now you're going to go up against Tulane team who has put up some points. How important is it to keep that defensive momentum going into practice and into next Saturday?
Well, Tulane has a really good team, so it's very important. But regardless of who we're playing, it's always important for the defense to go out there and show what they can do, play to our max potential.
Chuck, do you have anything?
Yeah. Eric, did you come in the game today with any specific strategy on how to go up against Charlotte?
We watch film just like they do, so we had our strategies. But at the end of the day, you just, regardless of what you watch, you got to go out there and play. So that's what I did.
Go ahead. We'll go on Zoom now to Joe Iacono. Joe, go ahead.
Hey guys, congratulations on the win. Carson, talk about getting your first career touchdown today.
Obviously, it's great. It's what you dreamed of. That's why you play college football, just to make those moments. So obviously, it was really nice. But I mean, like we talked about earlier with that long drive, just being able to see us just come together and just to sustain such a dominant Army football drive. Run after run, we're just hitting everything. And so like just be able to cap it off and just kind of build that momentum for the game was really nice.
And speaking of that last question, it looked like especially on that drive, you were 4 or 5 yards into the defense before you were even getting touched. The offensive line was just moving the line of scrimmage, especially the first and second quarter today. Talk a little bit about what that felt like, being able to run behind that line as they were resetting the line of scrimmage on almost every play.
I mean, yeah, those guys they're animals, man. They're so dominant. They're such a great core of dudes who just fight for you. And they were getting a lot of movement. I mean, the very first few plays we were like, all right, what's the front, and let's see how the line does, and the line's moving. Every single play, and so that just makes my job so much easier and just instills confidence in me to be able to just go out there and just play.
Thanks, guys.
We'll go now to Ken McMillan. Ken, go ahead.
Eric, congratulations on the win. Is there something about the defense playing better together these last 2 weeks? Do you see something happening?
I see us coming out with more focus and intent. You know, it's about how we practice, and we've been practicing a lot better. You know, just with more enthusiasm, focus, and effort. So it definitely paid off.
But is there something about compatibility with one another and understanding what each of your roles is?
We're all pretty close with each other, so I feel like we're very compatible. You know, but we're just putting more focus into things now. We have to turn it around.
And Carson, not to rain on the parade, but you know, I listened to Coach Monken after the game, and for as happy as he was at times of the game, he was also very critical of the team in the second half. You know, offense not getting it done, etc. How important is it for you guys to be reminded by the coaches that you got to play a full 60?
It's vital. I mean, yeah, it's, you know, there's 4 quarters, 2 halves. You have to play a complete game if you want to be a good team, a great team. If we want to continue the success, if we want to, you know, run the table at the end of the season, we got to play 4 quarters of fundamental good football. Obviously, in the second half, there's a lot to be desired. Definitely could play better, but you know, coming out 3-3, you know, that momentum's good and that confidence is good. But while you're patting yourself on the back, sometimes it's nice to have that reminder to be like, yo, like we got to be better in certain areas. And so, just come and have that mindset to, you know, come back tomorrow and just keep working, keep practicing harder, so that we can just continue to build. You can't just say complacent.
And just to follow on your 3-3 statement, think of where you guys could have been 2 weeks ago. This is a definite positive direction for Army.
100%. I mean, and we're not going to dwell on the past. That's not what this is about. You know, we immediately, it's a 1-0 mindset. It's, you know, this game is, you know, behind us. We're on to the next week. It's 1-0. It's, you know, this next week. It's, you know, nothing before it matters. We don't care with 3-3. We don't care with 1 loss 2. It's, you know, on to the next game, on to the next opponent, and just doing our best to win.
Excited to play Tulane?
100%. Yeah, excited to play every game. It's college
Thanks.
football.
Anything else on Zoom or in person? Great. Thanks, guys.